I'm Ben Roth from the band You, Me, and Everyone We Know. Here's my gear. The guitar that I use in this band is my PRS CE22. This was my workhorse touring guitar for years. It plays and sounds awesome. I love the finish because it's sort of unique for PRSs as far as the ones that I've seen. It's a bolt-on neck, Dragon 2 pickups, and these really cool handy-dandy locking tuners that I stab myself with on occasion. But yeah, this is my guitar. First in my chain is a Polytune. That's my tuner. I got it here at Tailors a couple of years ago after my faithful Boss TU2 retired itself from service. It goes into the Digitech Whammy pedal, which I use mostly as an octave pedal. At the end of our song, Something Heavy, that's the sound you hear, the heavy guitar. Otherwise, it would be... It goes into my Fulltone OCD. I'll use this pedal as my heavy drive in any like big riffs or solos, just to kind of kick it up a notch. So for instance, you know, Ram Dass Dick Pics, the big heavy riff. It goes into my custom audio electronics line booster. I got that from Bob Bradshaw himself, the man, the myth, the legend. It's what it sounds like. It's a clean boost, so you know, in addition to the OCD, whenever there's a solo or a big riff, I'll kick on the line boost just to give it that extra kick up. So, you know, it's subtle, but it definitely gives it that extra little bit of grit and drive and makes those big parts feel extra big. From the line boost, I run into my MXR EQ, which pretty much always stays on. I scoop the mids out a little bit, you know, just to shape the guitar the way I like it to sound. The tube screamer, which comes next, I usually leave that on just to dial in a little bit of extra grit and color on my tone. You know, without it, I have a little bit from the amp, but I like to leave it on. And that's usually where my guitar starts from. My clean or like bass guitar tone usually has the tube screamer, the MXR, and the noise suppressor to keep it quiet. After the noise suppressor, I have a big muff. And that's just, you know, in case all of my gain before it wasn't quite enough. And I really want it to kick up a notch. After the big muff, I have a Strymon Night Sky pedal, which I also got here at Tailors. This pedal is crazy and does a lot. If you're familiar with the Big Sky, this pedal is sort of meant to start where that one leaves off, but add a little bit more modulation, and it's got a step sequencer. You know, just a couple more options that they added for this pedal that I really like a lot, and found a couple ways to use this pedal on our new record. One of the more noteworthy ones is in the second verse of Ram Dass Dick Pics. I call this the SpongeBob, you know, guitar sound because it reminds me of Bikini Bottom. kind of surfy feel, but surfy and SpongeBob seem to go hand in hand in my brain. But that's coming from the Night Sky pedal. The last pedal on my board is my Electro Harmonix small clone. I've had this thing for a long time, like most of the pedals except for the Strymon. And this is a chorus pedal made famous by Kurt Cobain, anyone who's loving some grunge. The small clone I used in the beginning of Dragged Across Concrete for that squealing kind of guitar lead thing. So that's the small clone, and that's my pedal board. The amp that I use for this band is my Orange Rocker 30. I've had this for almost 20 years at this point. It's a 30 watt, 2-channel Class A tube amp. It's got a foot switch somewhere, but live I don't really use it. Sort of lives on the dirty channel, and I dial in a little bit of gain. And that's usually where I start from, and then the rest is all done by my pedals. This is my cab. It's an Avatar 212 that, as you can see, I've sort of put through the ringer. It's a little bit oversized compared to some of the other Avatar cabs I've seen. A little bit wider in the back, but this thing, it pumps sound, it projects, it sounds great, and it's been my go-to amp for recording in the studio and for touring clearly. It's got one Vintage 30 and one Cannabis Rex. As far as strings go, I usually use Ernie Ball 10s, the greenies. For You Mean Everyone We Know, we tune a half step down, so I use 1 gauge thicker. As far as picks go, I love the oranges. I swear by these things. I have a massive collection of them in various pant pockets and corners of the studio and my home. All together, it comes together, and I really love the way it all sounds together. Thanks for watching Here's My Gear. My name is Ben Roth. The band that I play guitar in is called You Mean Everyone We Know. You can check out our new album, Something Heavy, and hear some of the sounds that I've been demonstrating here today on it. Thanks to Tone Tailors. Please come in and support these guys. They've got an amazing staff, amazing selection. A lot of the stuff that I use, I got here at Tone Tailors. Keep on checking Here's My Gear. Keep on rocking in the free world. Thanks for having me. Cheers.